when you think about the global challenges of armed conflict, humanitarian disasters across the world, it's hugely important that we have people who actually know what they are doing.
I believe peace is not coming by itself. We tend to become enemies naturally and not cooperate naturally. And that needs a lot of energy.
As conflict is dynamic, so is peace, and so is peace training. So it is important to consistently do reflection and check to improve how training is done, the content, the methodologies, to make sure that it meets contemporary and emerging challenges and training needs.
The gap between practice and academia is still there. So I'm hoping that the conference here and this project, PeaceTraining.eu in general, will be able to bridge that gap.
When we started with the project, we identified that there is a lot of information actually out there in the field on CPPB training. However, this information is especially for people new to the field not always easy to identify. So what we thought, we want to bring together all of this information and making it more accessible.
You know, Search for Common Ground is a leading organization in the peacebuilding field. We're very committed to learning and to improving our practice. And so, you know, in this conference, I'm here to learn and see how others see the importance of raising the quality and the standards in the peacebuilding field in terms of training. I'm here to understand if others are facing some of the same challenges as I am.
I think that it's a really good time to take a moment in time to do a bit of reflection on where we're going. We all work in situations which are highly dynamic and highly shifting, but yet a lot of our training, in my experience through peacebuilding, sometimes can be 15 years old in material. So I think it's really useful to take a moment in time to go, actually, what are we doing and how are we doing it, and more importantly, why are we doing it? Why do we do what we do?
We try to support the development of more programs for leadership development, and we bring into this state-of-art thinking and skills and knowledge approaches from leadership development in the private sector. What we specifically work on is so-called vertical leadership development, and this type of development doesn't try to give more skills or competencies to a person, but we are working with persons to change their way of thinking, to question the underlying models, mental models on which they were operating, and therefore to expand their ability for connectedness, for networking, for dealing with complexity.
The key core component of the work that I undertake is around conflict transformation, and I do so using a range of different peace training exercises and initiatives. I'm here today because I was invited to the conference to present a paper on a particular methodology that I've developed called the Art of Conflict Transformation, and it uses the arts, it uses a range of different cultural components to address those issues which we want to try and transform people's thinking around.
When we look at the conflicts and peacebuilding initiatives and interventions around the world, it is obvious that there are so many psychosocial driving factors that are the cause and the consequence of conflict. So there's anger, frustration, rage, hatred, loss, trauma, very strong emotions, and identities, sense of identities that are playing a crucial role in conflict dynamics. So we need to really take them into account. We think now is really the time to properly engage in a comprehensive and effective way with these factors, so that we can lay a strong psychosocial foundation for peacebuilding, on which actually all the other efforts of peacebuilding in all the other sectors can become more effective and self-sustaining.
The UN has said peace without development is not durable, and development without peace is unsustainable. I would like to put it in that context and also say, if we don't work for peace, we are no longer working for development. And if we don't work for development, we are no longer working for peace. The two are bedfellows. The two are intertwined.
Nowadays we understand that peace is not made by diplomats only or politicians. It's everybody is involved in a way in conflict and in post-conflict and so on. And what I like about this project much is that it's a kind of democratization of the knowledge, because everybody can go to the platform and see the information out there. So those people who are interested in helping peace to come about can get a lot of information. They don't need to belong to a profession or a guild or whatever. And I really like that because peace is for everybody. It's not coming automatically.